name is Kisma Riedling, and I am a visionary artist. I love mixed media. I work with watercolors and acrylics and every medium we can get our hands onto. But I wanted to share with you a process that is really simple, but I feel so deep. And the women that I've had the blessing to share this with have all felt profoundly moved. It's reclaiming. That's what I'm calling it. Reclaiming. Reclaiming the lost parts of ourselves, the stolen parts of ourselves, the hidden parts of ourselves, and remembering the parts of ourselves that fled or just got buried. And when we do that, when we go through the process of reclaiming all the parts of us that we have, and we bring them back into our heart, it's as if we do a soul retrieval. We bring in and we become whole. And I believe that the most important aspect of this process is just that. We become whole. We begin to slide out from underneath shame that has been projected on us by others or that we've claimed because of unavoidable circumstances in our life or situations that we had no control over. And we're also able to move into a place of self-forgiveness, which is one of the most empowering gifts we can give ourselves, is self-forgiveness, because we're so good at beating ourselves up. And I really feel that we are in a time of history when women artists are emerging more and more every day. And in that emergence, the need for this reclaiming comes so that we can stand in our center, we can stand balanced, we can stand strong in who we are, proudly, with honor of ourself and that sense of knowing that we're pretty special people. And we have something, we have a gift to give the world, even if that gift is seen only by a few people or not for years and years and years. We are leaving an imprint in our tribe human. And I think that's a pretty special thing. I think it's a gift we give ourselves too, leaving our code on the world. So I hope you'll enjoy this process, and I'd love to hear what you think about it and how it moved you. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the drawing board. So I'm going to bring the red thread, and as I hold the red thread, I invite you just to settle back in, settle into your breath, and begin to just flow with your breath, being aware of your inhale, receiving life, and your exhale, sharing life, receiving life and sharing life. And allow that breath to move fluidly and naturally through you, receiving life and sharing life. And as we breathe in, let us take a deep, full belly breath now, the breath of higher mind. And the second breath of light body. And the third breath of soul. Just allow your breath to guide you inward into your inner landscape. As your ancient eyes open and you begin to see inwardly now. And as you begin to see inwardly into your Holy of Holies, your temple, there is your sacred center, your beautiful, beautiful Holy of Holies. And it's perfect. Imagine, sense, visualize, or perceive this sacred center within you, wherever it may be located. It's different for each one of us. And there is no one better place. It's where your sacred center is. And it's very personal. And rest there and feel the energy of your Holy of Holies within your sacred body temple, embracing you, nurturing you, supporting you. And we are now there with you. We are in your Holy of Holies. We are there with you in your sacred center. Each one of us is there. And we are passing the red thread around. And we're taking it and we're wrapping it around our wrist and passing the ball on. And it's moving around our circle, as in this multi-dimensional reality that we coexist in, we become connected. You receive the ball of red thread, blessed and sacred, and you wrap it around your wrist and you pass the ball on. And it does return to me. And feel, know, see that red thread and the connection of it. And breathe into it now. Breathe into it. And just settle in. Just settle in. Have you forgotten you? What comes up for you when you sit with the idea that you may have forgotten yourself or parts of yourself? Isn't it odd that we think of everyone besides ourselves and sometimes wait a lifetime to go, hey, you know what? I have to be included here too. And this is the time to remember you and all the parts of you that have gone off into different directions in life when you've made an important decision, an important choice. All the parts of you that have walked, that have run, that have hidden. Remember them, even if you have forgotten them. And when we choose to make ourselves significant to our story, not only will others begin to see us that way, but our own genius will be able to make itself known. Claiming ourselves changes us. It changes us because we become whole. We become whole. To remember, remember. Do not forget to remember. Remember is to call back the places within you that have come apart. Remembering is a soul journey, one that causes you to go into deep inquiry if you are willing to do the work or open to doing the work. And there is some hidden sense within us that we used to know as a child, that we used to be more ourselves as a child at some other point in life, a time when our soul essence was really intact. Some say that the soul is intact no matter how far you have come away from it, and that when you return to it, it is as if you didn't miss a beat. The spiritual essence of you, an integration, begins immediately just by choosing to remember all the parts of you and to open to calling them back today. So imagine right now that you are calling back those lost parts from a vast canyon where they have been waiting. You don't even need to identify them. You do not need to name them. You do not need to remember tragedy or anything connected with them, unpleasant or even pleasant choices. You don't need to remember those even. You just need to remember to call back to you the parts of you. Bring them home now. Bring them to you from a lost land and reclaim them now. And as you reclaim them, breathe them into your sacred center. Oh, this sacred center is getting pretty full as we bring in our forgotten or lost parts of ourselves that we're choosing to remember, to embrace, and reclaim right now. Imagine, sense, visualize, or perceive the lightness in the room growing in your sacred center where we all are joined and connected in red thread. And now our circle becomes doubled, maybe tripled. And the circle widens and we become whole. Take a deep, full belly breath. And as you breathe in and as you exhale, take a moment to know that you are ready to begin the reclaiming process.